Okay, trigger warning. We're talking about addiction. So if you're not in a safe place right now where you can hear about things that have to do with addiction or dependency, go ahead and stop the video here. Okay, also, I want to say that I realize I'm talking about having dependency on a allergy pill and liking the addictive feelings, or not liking what I was feeling from a side effect of those allergy pills. So I just want to say, in no way, shape, or form am I comparing being dependent on Zrytec-D and also addicted to how it would make me feel to anybody that is struggling with alcoholism and narcotic addiction. So I just want to say that for the record. Also, there are some things, like when I listen back to the video, that I realized like I was messing up my words or things like that. I am a recovering self-explainer or over-explainer or overthinker or clarifier and all the things. And if I was to like address all those in this video, there would be future me's coming in the video like every 22 seconds and or a whole bunch of verbiage at the bottom of the video. So I just want to say, like, it is what it is. I wasn't fully caffeinated when I made this video, as well as I am in the throes of coming off of this allergy pill. So I just wanted to address those. I probably will, when I edit certain things, like words that I mixed up, maybe I'll say what word I meant to say. But this is real life, and that is my goal, is capturing my real life. And I think this will probably be my second vlog once I post the first one. So yeah, I'm about to go into like a whole rant. So I'm just going to leave it at that. But yeah, I definitely wanted to address that I'm in no way comparing like what I was going through, as like something that's compared to like alcohol addiction or narcotic addiction. I also want to clarify, there will be a part 2 to this, because the whole reason why I was even in the headspace back in 2010-ish, 9-ish, whenever it was, that I actually was like, maybe I shouldn't take this. I remember at times where like my oldest daughter, would be like, "You're so silly today. Did you not take your pill?" It was either my oldest daughter or my youngest daughter that said that. And it made me be like, wow, like they're noticing that I didn't take it. And it may have been actually further on into me taking Zrytec-D. This may have happened like in 2012, 13, 14. But I do remember having them say to me, one of them, or like, "You're so silly, you're being so funny. Did you not take your allergy pill today?" And I guess it like maybe like I must be different, like not on my allergy pill. And when I look back in my times, like during those years, like I have since, my husband and I were separated for 15 years, and our separation first time started in 2008-ish, and then we got back together like a year later, and then we separated again in 2010. And while I am not saying at all that this solely had to do with me being on Zrytec-D, because I was also going through what would be called, like I started menopause like when I was 30, 29, 30. And there's a word for that, but basically that's what happened. So I had that going on, and then I had plugins and sensies all throughout my house, like on a whole other level, and was having asthma and all these different breathing issues. So I had a good bouquet of medical things that were going on, and I could probably say, looking back, that adding Zrytec-D into the mix every day couldn't have been helping. I don't know which one to say. It was a Zyrtec-D. It was the plugins. It was hormonal, being on, going through menopause. Also had 2 businesses and had 2 small children. So that's just life. And I don't want to like add that in. But I know that I can look back and say that I know I was more short-tempered and like bothered. And I think that probably was hormonal. And probably Zyrtec-D really did play an aspect in that, because if one can make a narcotic out of Zyrtec-D, and when we look into like personality of people that are in addiction and are addicted to narcotics, I think it's probably fair to say that the personality is struggling. Like, it's probably not the most pleasant person to be around. I have not done research on this. I just have watched reality TV and, kind of have like a small grasp on what it's like to probably know somebody that's addicted to something. So now 6 minutes in, I just want to say that there's going to be a part 2, because I think I've glorified like how great it is to be on Zyrtec-D, and you can do all the things. And oh, by the way, ladies or gentlemen, you can also, like not have an appetite and all the things. It is my truth. It is my truth. That is what happened. But I also know that there was some not great side effects that I dealt with, that I'm sure my children and husband dealt with. I know I was cranky and short-fused at several times during those years. And I'm pretty sure that being on Zyrtec-D had something to do with it. So I want that put in. This is future me coming into the video saying, wait. Don't everybody go and get your driver's license and head to Walgreens to go get Zyrtec-D. Because if you know it's going to be, all these things, then you can control it too. I'm definitely not saying that, because this is why I'm coming off of it, because I know what it can do to your life. Okay, so go back to old Julie. Ciao. So this is a real thing. That's Boba snoring. Not really snoring because she's awake. There is such a thing as being dependent or maybe even addicted. And I think the word is dependent on Zyrtec-D. Yes, I am talking about the allergy pill. I'm talking about the allergy pill that is for like sneezing because you're allergic to cats or dust or something like that. I knew what I was getting into this time. I used it to help me suppress my appetite, because when I first got Zyrtec-D in 2005 or 2007, something around there, I had a sinus infection and I was prescribed Zyrtec-D. And so I took it. And my sinus infection went away. And then I was like, I really like how this makes me feel. At that time, I was running 2 businesses. I had a tanning salon as well as my cleaning business. And it just felt like it gave me like a little extra energy. So I ended up, somehow, I guess I got, I'm not like, maybe they prescribed me 2 bottles. I don't know. Like, I didn't like, I don't know what people would do to get pills that they're not supposed to be taking, but that didn't happen. And then shortly after, Zyrtec-D was not a prescription. You could get over the counter. And so I started getting it over the counter. And at that time, you could just go to Walgreens or wherever and pick it up in the aisle and get Zyrtec-D. Now you have to go to the pharmacist. It's in the pharmacy. You have to show your ID, and you have to sign that you're not going to turn your Zyrtec into meth or crack. One of those things. because whatever is in Zrytec-D can be used to make a narcotic. So this explains a lot when you think about it that way. But anyways, so I'm taking Zrytec-D in 2007, and everything's going fine. And then I'm realizing, like, I don't know that I should be needing to take a pill. Like, it took me well into almost getting 28 to start drinking coffee. It's not like I'm a purist or anything like that, but I'm that kind of person, like, if I don't have to take it, I won't. Like, I smoked pot 3 times in high school. Like, I just could never get into it. I've never gotten into those things. Like, it's just not a part of my personality to, like, get an addiction. Because it just doesn't mean that much to me for most things. But, I mean, now I drink coffee, and I guess we could say that I'm reliant. But even then, it's mostly cashew milk. But I digress. So I tell myself, maybe I should not take this pill. This is probably now 2009-ish, 2008. So it's been a few years. I've been taking it. It's great. I love it. At this point, I'm also now down to, I don't have my tanning salon anymore. It's just cleaning. So I don't need it as badly. And I have 2 assistants. So I'm not even getting the cat dander that I would normally be exposed to, which was the whole reason why I kept using it. That's what it was. I had the sinus infection. The sinus infection was due to me always being around cats because my clients had cats and it was causing an infection. So the other allergy pills that I had tried, like Allegra, Claritin, all the things, they would make me into a space cadet, and I would literally be so sleepy. But the thing is that whatever's in the D part of Zyrtec is what gives you that, like get up and go. So on Fridays, at least 3 different times, I tried quitting over the weekend. And what would happen is that, like, I would literally have to sleep because I would have, like, such a migraine. It would need to be dark. I would need to, like, just be sleeping. I was nauseated. I had tunnel vision. I couldn't even really, like, look you in the eye. There would be, like, track sometimes, like, if I was looking, like, things would kind of, I don't know how to explain it, like, but you probably know what I mean. So anyways, I tried over, like, 7 years to, like, quit, and I could never get, like, it was too much. Like, by the time Sunday afternoon came, I'm like, to my husband, I'm like, please just go get me a Zyrtec-D. Like, I can't. I tried. I can't do it. Like, I guess there's worse things to be addicted to. Fast forward to after 2020. So I'm taking Zyrtec-D this whole time from 2005 or 7 all the way to 2020. And everything happens, and like COVID, all that kind of stuff. And I get it into my mind, like around 2021, that, there's been a real shift in the world. And I think that I can get off Zyrtec-D and even stop drinking as much coffee as I was, which was basically like a venti every day, sometimes twice. And with like creamers and all the things. So maybe it added up to like a venti, almost a venti, like an actual coffee. And so I did it. Like, I literally just cold turkey quit and lowered my coffee consumption to probably like what would be equivalent to like a tall, maybe a grande. And it was great. Right around 2021, same time that I had done this, I got frozen shoulder. If you don't know what that is, I'm so happy for you. But it's basically where your shoulders freeze. And it's not like for a moment. It basically, and when I look back in retrospect, it happened slowly over like 6 months, and then they both froze. And it just means like you are in such pain, like level 8. I had both my children without drugs, so that would be like a 10, 11. And I've had a gallbladder attack. That would be like 11, 13. And then I've had frozen shoulder in both of them. And that's like 10, 11, like I said. I think that's what I said. It's very painful. And the thing is, like, you have no range of motion. Like, so you really can't, like, move your arms, but so much. Sleeping is painful, like, as if you were to roll over. So I'm not going to get into a frozen shoulder video. But I was going through a lot. One of my oldest and I weren't really talking. So there was a lot of like internal trauma that I was going through, and I started to gain weight, like about 40 pounds. And so this time, because I had lost about 25 about a year and a half ago, and then I gained back like 15. So this past November, I was like, you know what? I think I'm going to just let myself take Zrytec-D. And since I know now, like, I'm ahead, I didn't know, obviously, when I started taking Zrytec-D that it would become something that I would need, my body would need it, and all the things. So I'm like, knowledge is power. And so I'm going to allow myself to take it for up until when Christmas ends. I made sure I told my daughter, my youngest, who's well into her 20s, and my husband, because I wanted to have accountability, because I knew that while it's not like I know I'm taking, like, hey guys, I think I'm going to start doing, cocaine again, it still was something that was like a real thing for me to try to not take anymore. So I started taking it again, and it was amazing. It is amazing. I guess trigger warning to anybody that's an addict. Maybe don't watch this video. I'll put that at the beginning. It's so wonderful. It's like it's not a high. Let me clarify. And for anybody that's like a working parent, maybe not even a parent, just when you drink coffee and like, okay, I can get through the day. It's like a whole other level of like, I can get through the day. I have never done cocaine or anything to know like what those types of, like, I've heard that those are like, you're just like, the same thing. Or I guess people also do like whatever the pills are for kids that have like I knew a lady that would take her children's Adderall, I think it was called. So anyways, and if I'm starting to slur my speech a little bit now, and I'm coming off of Zrytec-D. So yeah. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so what was I saying? Dang, side effect with like side effect. I'll probably have to edit this because I don't know what I'm saying. It'll come back to me. But nobody has time to wait for this, so this will be edited out. Damn. Well, be back. So yes, I did go back to the end of the video because it was not coming to me. I was like, what the freak was I talking about? So basically, I was saying like how it makes you feel. And so knowing that I intentionally took this Zrytec-D, it's just one pill a day. I think it's a 24-hour pill, to help wean my appetite. And it does. Like, I can go literally, because I do fasting regularly, but usually I get around 12 hours and then I'm like really hungry. I can go like 18, 21 hours on a Zrytec-D, and we'll be challenging myself to see once I come off of this how far I can get. But I don't even get hungry. Like, it suppresses my appetite greatly. So there's suppressing your appetite, and it gives you energy, okay? And then if I happen to be at a client's house, I don't actually don't have any clients that have cats. So the sole purpose originally was so I don't have allergy attacks from cats. But yeah, so having that feeling of like I'm losing weight, I have energy, that is the addiction. That feeling of like, wow, I got this. And this time I was super cognitive of like, okay, you need to be careful with this. So I originally told myself, like I said, that I'm going to take it till the end of December. Then I renegotiated that with my people. And I said, look, I want to take it till I get to my 50th birthday because by then I would have gotten to where I'm trying to get on the scale. I'm pretty confident I can do that. And so my daughter's like, and I'm like, I know. I was like, but I'm in control of this in the way that I at least know what I'm doing. And I said, I want accountability. That's why I told you and Daddy. Because I think if I knew this by myself, I mean, obviously I would know by myself and, I really wouldn't tell anything to anybody probably. Maybe I would have eventually been like, hey guys, I've been taking Zrytec-D this whole time. Yeah, I would have told. But it's not the same as setting yourself up with, in my way, this is my insurance policy. So my birthday was last weekend, and a few days before, my daughter's like, so you're not going to take it anymore as of Sunday? And I was like, well, about that, I don't want to go through the withdrawals, which is true. I don't. It will shut me down, and I cannot feel that way. And I said, also, I'm still like 6 pounds away from what I really want to get to. I said, so I want to do a 2-for-1. I said, I need to wean myself off of this. And I think I can get much closer. I said, either way, wherever I am by April 1st or 2nd, I will have cut my dosage in half. Like right now, since Monday, I've been doing half a pill, and I can definitely tell. Like, I'm like, am I eating the wrong half? Like, is all the Zyrtec in one side? Because like, I don't feel all the feels. Let's just put it that way. And so it's a real thing. Like, it's a real thing. Zrytec-D gives me wings. I guess it's like what people would say about Red Bull, which I could never get into that because that would make me want to throw up. Whatever's in there, I did not like it. But I just feel like the greatest. So this week I'm struggling. It's true. I really am. And, but I'm sharing this because I don't think people really understand that Zrytec-D is like, can become addictive. You can definitely become dependent on what's in Zrytec-D as far as your body goes. But if you're aware of the energy and the appetite suppressant side of Zrytec-D, and I guess it could also be, I've never taken Claritin D or Allegra D, but it's the D, okay? Then there can become addictions to how you feel on those pills or how you feel when you're not on them. And so, yeah, if it's not, I guess, bothering your life, whatever, just keep going. Or I guess if you have real allergies and that's why you're taking it, because this time around, I wasn't taking it because I had allergies. This time around, I'm taking it because I'm like, ooh, I can have all the energy and I can drop the LBs. So yeah, so I'm now down to half a pill. I have 3 weeks, so at some point I'm going to try to see if I can do it into a quarter, and we'll see how things go. I'm guessing maybe I might have to up my caffeine a little bit because this doesn't feel great, and I'd much rather be a little bit more caffeine dependent than addicted or dependent to whatever's in the D of the Zrytec-D. And I'll deal with the caffeine thing later. That to me is not problematic. It's never been problematic. It's more been like a nicety. Like I like having it. And it does give me a little bit of brain power, as I call like my word juice, but it's definitely not like a Zrytec-D. So if you take Zrytec-D and if you have felt all these things and you know, you don't like it or you don't want to be dependent on it, then you might have to consider getting yourself off of it. And only taking it, I guess, like if you're going to be around your neighbor's cat or best friend's cat or something like that. But yeah, I just wanted to share because since I am vlogging, I feel like this is something that I wanted to share. So yeah, so that's the end of this video. I'm trying to figure out how like I'm gonna go. Today I'm really feeling it. So today's Thursday, today's day 4. And today I'm really feeling like I didn't even take one. I woke up late today and I just took it an hour ago, so I don't know. But have a great day. Thanks for listening. Please comment if you have any of these like reactions, because you know it's not like I've run a medical study. Maybe this was personal and this is how it made me feel only. So if you've taken Zrytec-D for I guess I don't know how long it takes for you to actually have all these things. I definitely don't think I noticed anything when I first took it for my sinus infection. I think it was kind of like after the second dose or the second bottle or whatever the heck it was in that they gave me, where I was like, oh man, this is making me feel good. But yeah, all right. Like and subscribe and please comment if you know how I feel. All right, peace.